Jake, how in the world are you?
It's midnight, Steven. I'm doing great.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. Doing great for midnight. I've actually been super productive. I have absolutely no complaints. I just had a 5-day weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, I turned my cell phone off for 2 straight days. Didn't have internet, didn't watch TV, nothing.
What did you do?
I lived, Steven. I walked around Chattanooga, actually. Me and Nikki, we just drove up to Chattanooga. We got a hotel room, and we walked around the city for like a day and a half.
I just live out of my car when I do that.
Yeah. I lived out of my car once, man. You'll get there. You'll get there.
In a van down by the river.
Don't worry. Life gets better.
So you've had an eventful, uneventful week.
Yeah. Well, it's been eventful, too. Let's see. The band is just recording some demos right now. We've got a little home studio set up. We got a gig coming up this coming Monday. It's going to be at, I believe it starts at 10 o'clock. I think it's 9 or 10 that it starts. It's the venue. It used to be Foo Bar. Now it's called Cobra. It's in East Nashville. It's going to be 4 bands. It's 21 and up, and I think it's a $5 fee.
So if you're in the East Nashville area, what date is that again?
Monday. What day is it today?
Today is, well, technically early Saturday morning.
You remember when humans used to be able to tell what date it was without looking at their phone?
No.
I do. I think I was in high school.
But this will probably be posted Sunday evening. So
Okay. Well, cool. Yeah.
you get a little bit of...
So it's the 10th. Yeah, it's the 10th. April 10th. Nice.
Okay. April 10th, East Nashville. Is it just the Cobra or Cobra?
I think it's the Cobra.
Well, it's East Nashville. Of course, it's got to be the something.
Yeah, it's
I'm
typing
surprised it's not like the non-poisonous Cobra.
the Cobra 182.
The eloquent Cobra.
Yeah. Le Cobra.
Le Cobra.
Le Cobra.
Oh, goodness.
Goodness indeed.
So, anything else for your week?
Not really. What about yours?
My week. So I have to give a quick update on the lawnmower that I got. They tell you about the lawnmower? Got a battery-powered lawnmower.
Okay. Ew.
And, well, not ew.
Really?
Because it's actually very lightweight. And my other one was just, there was so much wrong with it. It was just a Craftsman gas-powered. But this one, it works really well for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the battery dies.
That's why you got to get one of those new solar paneled vests, or just a backpack with solar panels on it. In the beating sun, just collect yourself some power.
Well, that wouldn't be so much of a problem if it charged the battery quickly.
Yeah.
But it takes a good 3 hours to charge the battery.
Oh, man.
So I mowed the lawn last weekend at right around noon, about 5 in the afternoon, and then like 9:30 at night.
I know everybody wants to go onto a fully renewable resource, and I agree. Like, we should stop spending so much money on oil tycoons and trying to make sure that we're just dependent on gasoline. But at the same token, we really don't have any other form of energy that could mow a lawn.
Right.
Like, gasoline is pretty much where it's at right now.
And if it's electric powered, 70% of it is coal powered.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah. As far as electricity goes, electricity is great when it comes to circuitry, because circuitry are just like, it's like on the atomic level, we're looking at like 1, maybe 2 atoms thick of conductive material.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so super efficient, doesn't take anything for electronics to run. But then when you actually want to move, like physically move on a macro scale, any kind of motor or anything like that,
Yeah.
combustion's pretty much all you've got, because if you're gonna use the electricity to move something like that, it takes a lot of electrons, and that
It
just
does.
drains out.
And I mean, it's impressive that it runs for 20 minutes, especially since it was like the first mow of the season and it was a little overgrown.
Yeah.
So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to get a spare battery, and I'll probably only have to take one break instead of 2 breaks during the day. And I can live with that.
Yeah.
But it is quite a compromise.
We run into battery issues with cameras too. Like it's with cameras, just if you're gonna have 4 cameras going on for like 2 hours, it's kind of difficult to record video, because you can't really supply power to all of them. You have to run extension cables like everywhere, and so we've had problems with cameras just dying out on us like mid-set, and then need to either run over there and switch out the battery if you've even got a battery available, or you gotta charge it, in which case you're not gonna get the entire set. So battery scientists, come on, just make them like better.
They are. I used to think that battery technology was like stalled as far as, no advancements coming out, but they actually are. I've noticed there's a lot of smaller, like Kickstarter level companies that are innovating with batteries.
You can make batteries out of a lot of different materials, and chemical batteries are where it's at. Like those are the easiest ones to work with.
So, what's your plan?
What you playing? Oh, work and no play makes Jake a dull gamer. Man, I'm trying to think back to the last time that I played a video game. Video games to me at this point is like
Low
it used to be
priority.
No, I mean, it's not low priority. It's like I need to play some video games to get like my head off stuff. But it used to be, and I realized this while talking to a friend of mine who's into RPGs. He's into fighting games, and he's into like Street Fighter and that kind of stuff. But we were talking, and he really goes for something where it immerses him within that reality, and like he just wants to go. He got the new Zelda game, just like I saw you playing out there, and he's going on. And I'd love to play the new Zelda game too. Like I would love to go out there and buy it, and I think that I might actually drop the money, because that game looks good enough for me to want to actually invest into a system.
Do you have a Wii U?
I don't have any system right now. I have my roommate's got an Xbox.
You should probably get a Switch then.
Yeah, and that would be fun, because the thing about the Switch is I'm never home, and when I am home, I'm just asleep.
Yeah.
So it'd be great to have something that I could just keep in my work backpack and just take with me. Having said that, though, I found that I do not want to be immersed anymore. Like video games to me is what Netflix is to any parent. You want your mind just to turn off for a little while. You just want the mindless entertainment. So I find myself like when my daughter comes over, she wants to play Minecraft. So every 2 weeks I'll set aside time for us to actually get to hang out. When I do that, like I'm still on Minecraft. Like I can't get over Minecraft, because you just go in.
There's a lot of management involved.
Yeah, and you just go in and you just like it's just processing. It's like, oh man, gotta clear out this area because I'm gonna be putting in a room. And then like an hour later, you're like, and done. Well, time to get a sandwich.
Yeah.
But just that like monotonous task over and over and over again, and then going in and switching out for new equipment.
I look at it this way. When you're playing, it depends a lot on what you do for a job or what kind of schoolwork you're doing.
Yeah.
If you're just doing kind of mindless, can't think of the word. I'm just going to say, is it menial? Yeah, menial tasks where it's just
bagging groceries.
Yeah, like you just turn your brain off and you just go on autopilot and you can do your job.
Yeah.
When I had jobs like that, I would really crave to play an RPG where my mind would get a
true.
workout. Now,
I worked at Walmart once, and I was all about RPGs
Yeah.
and video games.
but I find that when you have a job where it's not a menial task, you have to use your cranium a
Yeah.
lot. You go home and you just like, I just want to play Fruit Ninja. That's all I want to do.
And that's what I do. Like, when I get home, it's like, all right, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and this, and that, and that.
And if you do anything, it's going to be like that really basic
Yeah.
kind of casual game, which is why I think smartphone games have
Yeah.
blown up.
I get flack like, you're still playing Minecraft? It's like, yeah, I'm still playing Minecraft. The same way that you're still watching reruns of Friends.
That's a great comparison.
Well, I mean, I'm just doing something that I've done so many times before, and you know what? It works every time. For some reason, it relaxes me and it cools down my brain. And
But you're
then,
doing something. Like,
Yeah.
to me, like,
and I get to hold a conversation, with somebody that I'm casually playing with.
yeah.
And then we get to play hide and go seek in it. We get to play tag in it. Like, we have a lot of fun, and there's a lot of things that we can just do, just by doing it. And then you get to the point where, like, it's a nice day outside, and I'm enjoying the rain in Minecraft, and then you turn it off. It's like, let's just take a walk.
Yeah.
It's fine. You can turn it off. Like, it's fine to just turn it off. You're not gonna lose your place. It's Minecraft.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when you spend a lot of time on a single game, like, even if it's your umpteenth time playing through it, it's not the same as watching a TV show. It's always different.
Yeah.
Like, whenever I see or hear like game descriptions, like, it's a different gameplay experience every time you play. It's like, yeah, no kidding. That's every single game ever.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog. I think I'm gonna take the long route today. I remember being
Maybe
that.
you'll do a mixture of routes.
I was that kid. Like, there are so many routes that you could take. And
Yeah,
I was like,
medium, low,
Yeah.
high is usually how it broke down.
and then
to.
when you figure out there's a debug mode, you're like, what does debug mean? And then you start messing around with that, and you realize there's a whole different level. You have game design, like in the debug mode. You can literally go into empty patches of the levels, and you can create your own level, like within those games, and that adds a whole new layer that they don't even do anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that was great. Old cartridge games were the best. Says an old man. I'm old now.
Well, like you said, I've been playing Zelda. I've been enjoying it a lot.
Yeah, let's get into some Zelda talk.
I got the Master Sword. Game loses some points here.
Go on.
Okay, here's why. So, I'm all right with the mechanic of the breakable weapons and shields and bows. I'm fine with that. But they basically did the same thing to the Master Sword. You get the Master Sword, it can't break, but it can run out of energy, and you can't use it anymore until it recharges itself.
Is that how it works?
In Breath of the Wild, yes.
I heard that it only works against enemies it deems itself worthy.
When you're fighting an enemy that is possessed by like Ganon's force,
Yeah.
it doubles its strength.
Okay, but you have to have the gauge basically recharged to use it at double strength.
Right.
That makes sense. That seems lame.
And even when it's at its best, like when its strength is doubled, there's still several weapons out there that are better than the Master Sword.
See, the Master Sword to me, like the way it was described to me, it sounded like it was just like a game progressor. Like, if you can get to this point, yeah, it's difficult, but once the Master Sword comes, like, it's like even playing field, and you don't have to worry about like running out of the good weapons all on one battle. You've got the Master Sword.
Right.
But the way that like with a gauge that has to be refilled, see, that doesn't sound fun. Also, doesn't sound fun the fact that you can use it on any other monster. If they had like some kind of materia thing where it was just like a status effect and you had to charge using it as like a strategic way of like maybe putting something to sleep or giving it poison and then switch over to like an actual weapon.
Right. And you can't throw it like any other melee weapon. You can just chuck at an enemy if you want to. With the Master Sword, if you have full hearts, instead of throwing it, you slash and you send an energy beam, just like, A Link to the Past and Majora's Mask with Fierce Deity. So it's neat that they have that in there. But still, the fact that it's not even close to being the best weapon in the game, and they just tailored it to fit the rest of the game mechanic where you can't keep using it that much. It's like, but it's not even that good of a sword. Yeah, but you can't use it that much. That's kind of dumb.
And it would be neat if, because...
Or if it were depowered and you can go on a quest to like make it so that it is stronger and it never runs out of energy. I'd be okay with that. I would put like 10 hours into a quest like that.
Stab the basilisk in its mouth.
Something like that, sure.
Harry Potter, come on, guy. I think that if you could just junction materia to it.
Oh, gosh. There's no materia slots.
Yeah, that's the
Buster
problem.
Sword has at least
That's the
two.
problem. That's the problem. This it's lacking materia slots. I can put some in there, but it's not going to gain AP.
I liked how the Buster Sword was the only one that had any visible slots on it, but all the other weapons had like many more slots than 2.
Yeah.
And I've also been playing Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance again. Like I've been getting back into it because I took a long hiatus away from it. And I like the game.
Is that Kingdom Hearts 2.7593?
No. It's the only one on 3DS.
Oh, is it the
3D? It's a Kingdom Hearts 3D.
Like the card game one?
Dream Drop Distance, not the card game.
Okay.
That's Chain of Memories.
It's Chain of Memories, yeah. There's so many in between the sequels.
This is the one where they force you to switch between Sora and Riku.
Okay, I gotcha.
Like there's literally a countdown gauge of how long you can play as that character, and then you can manually switch, or it forces you to switch.
Okay.
So, should have been a Nintendo Switch title. Would make sense.
It's clever. Yeah.